Mahrez heading to PSG, Chelsea want Dembele, Liverpool summer exodus, UEFA are chasing more money, and a transfer roundup coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host, Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. So first off, and apparently Manchester City and Pep Guardiola will not be blocking a move from PSG for Riyad Mahrez. Now, since Mahrez moved to Manchester City from Leicester, he has been a quality player, but it just seems to me that he's never, ever a guaranteed, nailed-on starting 11 player. Yes, he does play some part in big games, but if you were to ask most Man City fans, right, and if you were to look at the big games in recent years for Pep Guardiola, if everybody's fit, Mahrez is on the bench. It just goes without question. You've got Bernardo Silva on the right, although he could move central when David Silva leaves. Then there's Leroy Sané, and there's also Raheem Sterling. He's just never going to be that top first team player, nor is he going to be the star at Manchester City. So, what better place for him to move than a place where there's loads of stars, loads of egos, and it's very difficult to make yourself heard? PSG. Of course, this will be much easier if the likes of Mbappe and Neymar do actually leave the club, and I can see Mahrez being an absolute revelation in Liga. And by that I mean he'll just be making the strongest team even stronger, and then he'll go on to win absolutely everything. But hey, that's what he's been doing at Manchester City for the last years until Liverpool's dominance. Anyway, they only paid 60 million for the player. Now, I say only, that's still a hell of a lot of money. But in today's kind of transfer market, and with the money that PSG throw around, I really doubt Man City will struggle to get that back. Probably even more. They could probably sell Mahrez for about 70 to 80, so it looks like a good deal all round. Of course, this will have to go in line with what Guardiola wants to do with the rest of the squad, because if he sells Leroy Sané to Bayern Munich as well, even though that deal looks to be a little less than happening, he probably won't want to lose two quality wingers and David Silva at the end of his contract, 3 attacking midfielders in the space of one summer. Then again, Manchester City don't want to lose European football either, but that's kind of out of their hands. But moving on and talking about Chelsea now, who are interested in Lyon's Moussa Dembele. Not the Moussa Dembele who used to play for Spurs and then went to China. No, this is the younger version, the better goal scorer by a long shot. He used to be at Chelsea's rivals Fulham, then went to Celtic, then to Lyon, and since being there 2 seasons ago, has scored over 30 league goals for the French side. Now, this is pretty impressive, and him and Memphis Depay have really created an attacking force for Lyon. That was until Depay got injured. Anyway, as with Dembele, he is 23 years old, and literally this is the perfect move for him. He's at a great time to move to a club which are giving young prospects a chance to flourish. He's 23, so he's not so young that he's inexperienced, but he's a big game player who's played in the Champions League for the last 2 seasons. He's got all the qualities that Tammy Abraham has got, and that's what Chelsea has struggled with, replacing Abraham. And if Giroud's leaving, this signing's just perfect. I can't believe I talked up a Chelsea signing so much. This should be killing me, they're signing someone so good. Anyway, Lyon signed him for about £19 million, so if they were going to go on and maybe add a few more million onto that because of what he's done for them, 35 million, that's absolute peanuts for Chelsea. That's peanuts for like any Premier League team. So yeah, I can see this deal happening, to be honest, in the summer. And with 2 quality forwards, Chelsea will definitely be looking to build on getting a Champions League place. If they do, if the season finishes. And next up, from the transfers in to the transfers out of there. That is what's going to be happening at Anfield this summer. Now, most of the names on this apparent 6-man shortlist to leave the club are rather obvious ones, but there are 1 or 2 who I'd really debate, and if I was Jurgen Klopp, really reconsider before letting them go. So let's run you through these quickly. First off, Nathaniel Klein. I still forgot he was actually even at the club because he was on loan at Bournemouth. Next up is Loris Karius, and after 2 years on loan at Besiktas, he definitely has shown that he's not up to the task of replacing Alisson. He's probably not even up to the task of replacing Adrian in goal, and he's not exactly well liked on Merseyside at the minute either. Those 2, Klein and Karius, definitely out. So with those definitely outs, the next 3, I think, well, there's a case for both. Dejan Lovren has proven himself time and time again to be highly unreliable. However, he is a decent level backup, and to get someone into the squad, this is the main issue, to get someone into the squad who's going to be willing to play backup is so difficult. Like, you can't sign someone to say, hey, come and join us, but you won't be playing unless Van Dijk and Gomez get injured. It's so difficult, so to utilise the guys you've already got is a really good option. However, it is also Dejan Lovren, so I'm kind of torn. I'm in between. The same thing goes for Divock Origi and Xherdan Shaqiri. Now, these 2 guys, and if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen me ranting about them a few weeks ago. These 2 guys are the ones who are harming their career by staying at Liverpool, but at the same time, also winning more than most players would throughout their career. Both of them are sort of these banter players who live off one night. Origi's living off that Barcelona game. He did score in the Champions League final as well. And Shaqiri's living off those 2 goals against Manchester United. It's all well and funny saying, oh, Origi's going to save us. He's brilliant. But he's not. Like, when you actually come down to footballing ability, Divock Origi as your last option is not the answer. It's that kind of banter that saw Marouane Fellaini last so long at United, when realistically he went off to the Chinese league. This is the thing, the other day against Atletico Madrid, Liverpool were really struggling. They needed the goals to get through to the next round of the Champions League. Throw on Divock Origi the hero? Absolutely not. He was good in 1 or 2 games, that's about it. Maybe if Jordan Pickford hadn't messed up, he wouldn't have had that derby goal, which literally cemented him in Liverpool folklore. But apart from that, yeah, both him and Shaqiri, like I said, with being a backup, neither of them are going to play unless one of the front three is injured or sold. And if you're going to sell Mo Salah for 150 million, or Mane or Firmino, whoever, Liverpool fans and Klopp as well, you're going to demand a pretty high-profile replacement. There's no way you can bring in 150 million and then be like, no, we're not spending it. We're just going to sit on it because, you know, Shaqiri, Minamino, Origi. That's not going to happen. And the final one on this list is Naby Keita. He's had injuries and I don't think he's been given a fair crack of the whip. I think he's a quality player and can definitely slot in this rotating midfield. Liverpool's midfield is probably the one that moves around the most. They've got good options. There's obviously Henderson, Fabinho and Gino Wijnaldum who look to start most games. Oxlade-Chamberlain's also had a brilliant comeback from injury. Keita's a quality player and James Milner doesn't actually appear to be slowing down despite getting into his mid-30s. So there you have it. There are 6 players that could potentially leave Liverpool. Liverpool fans, though, let me know about what you think. We'll go for like 3 tiers with these 6 guys. You think they should definitely go, definitely stay, or you're a bit in between? Anyway, moving on from the transfer stuff to UEFA, who today are going to make a pretty big announcement. I'm not sure whether that announcement would have come out by the time this daily news video comes out, or maybe it hasn't just yet. But basically, they're planning on what to do with the Euros this summer and the rest of European competition. So in order for the rest of the seasons to finish, they've asked UEFA, I think most nations, most clubs have asked UEFA to push the Euros back to 2021. Now, of course, this will be complicated for them because they've also got other competitions going on next summer, like the Women's Euros and the Nations League as well. But it also means they're going to lose out on a hell of a lot of money. Of course, this is what it all comes down to. Apparently, UEFA are asking for over £250 million to be compensated in having to move their own competition, which they'll then still get money for next summer anyway. What it does mean, though, is that they will then, once they've made this decision, the other leagues can then have a sit down and decide what they want to do with their leagues. So if we're going to push these back a few months, which seems like the most reasonable thing at the moment, it also means that UEFA will have to throw in the Europa League and the Champions League as well within the next few months. And surely they're getting money off that as well. It's not like we're just completely giving up on UEFA and they're going to be left bankrupt. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see exactly what the announcement involves and then how the certain leagues react to it as well. At the moment, and I think it's probably an idealistic situation, I think everyone's kind of hoping that the coronavirus thing will die down within the next few months and maybe the domestic leagues will be able to complete their league and complete the Europa League and Champions League probably by the end of summer, maybe September time. Obviously, wait for the announcement and basically wait to see what unfolds in the next few weeks. And lastly but not least, a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news. But Barcelona are still interested in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as his contract expires next summer in 2021. And for that reason, AC Milan also resigned themselves to losing goalkeeper Gigi Donnarumma as his contract expires at the same time. Liverpool have reportedly edged just ahead of Chelsea in the race to sign RB Leipzig's Timo Werner, and Spurs are still interested in QPR star forward Eberechi Eze. So there you have it, that's all of the daily news for me. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys later.